Aussie Mark here, and today we're looking at the Buck Model 302 Solitaire Avid folding knife. This is a traditional slip joint style folding knife, and if I was to be pushed to say what sort of knife or what purpose of use this knife is, I'd describe it as a gentleman's folder. It is a beautifully finished knife. It runs diamond wood scales. This particular one is in the colour of cherry wood, and you can see embossed on the side there is the Buck chairman's name, Chuck Buck. I love that name, Chuck Buck, it's excellent. And in addition to this particular model, there's another version of diamond wood scales which is in the charcoal colour, and there's also a yellow colour which is in a material called Derlin, which is some kind of a plastic. I think I'm correct in saying that the signature that you see on this is only available on the diamond wood colour that I have here. In addition to the diamond wood, it runs nickel silver bolsters, and it's a really beautifully finished knife. We'll bring it up to camera shortly and have a bit of a detailed look. Before we do, we'll just have a quick talk about the statistics and bits and pieces. The length on this knife open is 6 3/4 of an inch or 171 millimeters, and the closed length is 3 7/8 of an inch or 98 millimeters. The blade on it, as you can see there, is a clip point, and it's 2 7/8 of an inch or 73 millimeters, and it's hollow ground. It's made from 420 HC stainless steel, which Buck do a lot of their knives in, and from what I understand, it's a pretty decent steel, and Buck's heat treat apparently makes it just that little bit better than maybe the average. So we'll just change the angle here, and we'll come back and get the knife in hand and have a bit of a closer look at it. Okay, so here we are up close and personal. You can see there, we'll just bring it in nice and close and try and get a detailed shot there for you. You can see that the bolsters and the handle material join really nicely there. A couple of rivets, signatures embossed in or engraved in. I'll just give you a look at the whole knife. If I was to use one word to describe this particular knife, that word would be elegance. I think it's just a really beautiful thing. As you can see there, it's got a nail nick, which you don't really need to use. It works quite well. With this particular design, you can grab the blade between thumb and forefinger and open it that way. Opened up, turn it around so the signature's looking the right way. That's it there. Very slim sort of a knife, and I really like that. It's the sort of knife that I'm probably getting more and more interested in, and there's a number of reasons for that. One is, I guess, our particular knife laws here in where I live, which talks about pen knives and pocket knives, which this qualifies as. Also, it's a less threatening kind of knife. You can pull this out in an office or work environment to maybe, normal utility tasks. Maybe you're going to cut a bit of fruit, you might be going to open an envelope, whatever, and it's not seen as threatening as if you've got some tactical black kind of fast opening thing. Also, the other reason I'm starting to like them and get more interested in them is just this old world charm, this workmanship, and they're actually quite a really nice thing to use. You do have to be a bit cautious, of course. It's not a locking blade, so obviously if you're not careful and snap that back, you could potentially cut yourself, although to be honest, you'd have to be trying pretty hard to do it. So it's a nice enough thing. It's also extremely light. This particular one weighs in at 1.8 ounces, which is 52 grams in the metric system, so it's a very light knife. You just throw it in your pocket and basically you forget it's there until you need it. To give you a quick size comparison of this traditional folder, I'll bring in a Spyderco Delica 4 FFG, and we'll just sit that there with it, and that gives you an idea of the size. We might just zoom that in a little bit, put it center screen so you can have a look at that. So lengthwise overall, the Delica's a little bit longer. Blade length is fairly similar. Delica's a touch longer, but you can see what I mean about how slim the design is. It's much slimmer in all respects than the Delica. So we'll just pull that back out of there. So I'm not going to make this a long video. I want to try and keep it nice and short. I see this knife as something that I would potentially carry at work, in my work environment. I think it'd do those utility chores during the day quite well. And again, just because of the way it looks and the way it operates, it's generally not seen as a threatening knife. The quality on it is extremely high. It's beautifully finished, as mentioned earlier, and I think for the price you can get this at, I think the value is very good on it. I see it, as I say, as a very classy traditional folder. Value is good. If you're looking for something, maybe you want to get away from the tactical side of things, right? You want to try something a little bit old school, a bit old world, have a bit of elegance and sort of thing that you take out for you when you put on your dress watch, perhaps. You want to class things up. You could probably do a lot worse than have a look at one of these Buck knives. It's a really nice item to have. Anyway, we'll put it back down there. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the vid, and take care. See you next time. Bye for now.